Well, with us, of course, is a very special guest, which we love to have with us, Nathaniel Ledbetter, who's Speaker of the House of Representatives for the state of Alabama. Now, you all know about the Speaker of the House at the national level, but did you know, if you didn't, shame on you, but the Speaker of the House in the state legislature of the House of Representatives is a very important person. And Nathaniel, thank you so much for being with us. What I want to talk to you about today, a couple of things to start with, and then we'll get into other things if we have time.
Sure.
You guys had a busy session this last session, and one of the things that came up, I know, is this fentanyl situation, which we learned last night. Was it 70,000 people have died from the overdose of fentanyl in the United States, and I just wonder how is that correlating to people in Alabama?
Well, we've certainly seen an increase in deaths in Alabama because of fentanyl without question. I know some of the areas have seen over 400% increase. And the tragedy of the young people are being killed because it's been laced with things that they don't know that it's in. We've had some officers that got sick, and because of searching cars, it's just got the dust in it. And so, one of the things I want to do is we had a tragic death of a 19-year-old in my own district with overdose of fentanyl that he didn't even know was in the pill he had taken. So my priority was to try to pass a strong fentanyl bill. And Matt Simpson from Mobile, Baldwin area, he had the bill put together. He does a great job. So we got the bill out. The very first bill we passed, actually. And now Alabama's got one of the strongest fentanyl bills in the country. It pretty much tells you if you bring it into Alabama, you're going to wind up spending a long time in jail. And I think we got to continue to do that. We passed legislation also if police officers searching the car and they contact fentanyl, the charges are heftier, and they should be. Bob, there's been enough fentanyl come across the Texas border to kill every man, woman, and child in the United States.
Yeah.
And we had a chance during the session to visit the border with the pro tem, and to be honest with you, it's a little discouraging. It almost is like we're giving our country away. But with that, it comes the illegal drugs and fentanyl. And of course, most of it, as you know, is manufactured in China, but it comes through by the cartel at the Mexican border. And so it's a serious problem. So we've got to continue to find ways to put fences up around the state of Alabama to help protect our people.
So what did this legislation, of course, it passed the House and the Senate, the governor signed it. What does it entail?
It increases the penalties. It increases the felony penalty. So, where it was not as strong as it should have been probably because nobody had seen this type of drug really that was this devastating to our population. So what it does, it just says, if you bring it in, you're going to spend a long time in jail. So it increased the charges and the penalties, what it did.
Right. We don't. What is our situation with illegals coming into Alabama? Are we seeing an influx of that in Alabama?
We do. And one of the things, so the three cartels that control the Mexican border are really broken down, and it's kind of almost as sad that it's almost like a company that has a certain product, they don't cross over to another company's product. And that's almost like the cartel. They don't cross. They got a territory they don't cross. They stay in it. And we see human trafficking is one of the major issues. Of course, we see it when it comes across our state. And I know law enforcement officers fight that continuously. And it's gotten to the point where it's not just, Interstate 20 or 65 or 10. It's also become in rural areas such as mine. So it is a problem. It continues to be a problem. And, there's going to have to be a time where the federal government steps up and does something with the illegals as far as how they come in. I think all of us would agree that, if somebody comes into our country for a better life and they do it the right way, we're fine with that. But what I had seen there, when our own government gives them out to fill out to tell them what time to come across the border, and give them a bus to carry them where they want to go, and say you got a court date in 2 years. it's not working.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us today, and I hope you'll come back real soon. And we got more to talk to. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for having us on.